So I saw this tweet on X where this guy was saying he said his friend has been trading for about 3 years and he hasn't made up to 50,000 naira. Just look at, I'll put the screenshot somewhere here. And I was going through the comment section and some people were telling him, give up already. And I was like, it's just 3 years. Like, what the fuck is just 3 years, bro? And at the end of the day, we still have a lot of people that are in this phrase that are already 1 year in, 2 year in, with no really visible result. I'm still there. A lot of you all are still there as well, with no really visible result like the way you want it to be. And 3 years is not enough for you to give up. 3 years is really not enough for you to give up. And I'm going to be telling you why in this video. Now, you should understand that trading is a skill. Unlike that skill that you just go and learn, like shoemaking or any other thing else, that you just learn and start using it to make money yourself. Trading is a skill that forces you, or let me say it's a process that forces you to rebuild yourself. Whole complete transformation. And a year is not enough. 2 years might not still be enough. It's a whole transformation, bro, of yourself. This is really dealing with how you now start to see things, your patient level, how you deal with fear, conviction, and everything. It's a whole level of transformation. And it's not something that will just happen in a year or two. Take off that mentality, bro. It's not going to happen in a year or two. It would take time. It might be 2 years, might be 3 years, it might be 5 years, bro. It might be 6 years. It will take time. You just have to keep going. You just really have to keep going. So in this video, I want to just share like a blueprint that has been following, that I have myself been following, and it would give you a headline so you don't just go wasting year after year after year. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you can also be wasting a lot of time in trading. Yeah, you can also be wasting a lot of time in trading, and it's that bad. You can be wasting a lot of time in trading if you don't have like a guideline to what you are doing. You don't know exactly what you are doing. You have to know where your struggle is, and you have to get better. You have to be you have to intentionally want to get better at that point. So I think the first thing for any trader is to understand how the market move. And this is the first stage, and the first stage doesn't really take time. You can, if you really lock in here, you can understand a lot about the market in a month. You can understand a lot about the market in 2 months. Lock in and understand about the market, how it goes, structures, liquidity, all of those things. You can understand about the market. That phrase is not really that deep. If you look in very well, you'll be able to understand market structure and all of that in a month or two. Now, the other aspect that will take a whole lot of time is psychology. At the end of the day, trading is 80% psychology and 20% strategy. So that psychology is where we take a whole bunch of your time. That zone is where we take a whole bunch of your time, yeah? And that is where the whole time is being wasted. That is where people try to go back to. Now, when it comes to strategy, I'm not saying once you learn a strategy, yeah, that is all. Even profitable traders, high level profitable traders, they still improve on whatever strategy they use. They still improve. There's one guy I used to follow on Twitter, yeah. He improved to the point that he started trading just 1:1, like 1:1, and he's making good money from it. He have been trading for a long time, but he still now improved to the point that, okay, at this level, I'm no more looking for 1:2. I'm not looking for 1:3. I'm just looking for 1:1. Once you just get that 1:1, he's gone. Put $1,000, make extra $1,000. He's out. Improvements. Work, refine yourself to the point where you just get better. You know that, okay, this thing is working better for you in the long time, and you just stick to it. So that is strategy. So strategy is something you keep improving yourself over time. It's not something you just learn and leave. Now, psychology is the main part. This is where you want to really deep in understand yourself till you become very better. I have a blueprint that I've been using to understand what I'm lacking in psychology and how I'll be able to help myself get better over time. The way I am now, I already know all my flaws in trading. I know all my flaws in trading and I'm intentionally trying to get better at it. The reason why I know all of my flaws in trading is because of this blueprint in which I use, and I'm going to share it with you guys today. Now, if you want to use the blueprint here, get a prop firm. If you don't have access to a very big capital, get a prop firm. I trade cryptocurrency more, so I use Hyro Traders. You can also use this prop firm, trade them on Bybit. So if you want, I'll leave the link in the description box below. You can also send me a message if you want to trade this prop firm. Get a prop firm. Once you get that prop firm, yeah, this is the advantage of the prop firm. So if you have enough personal funds, maybe you don't need a profit, but if you don't have enough personal funds, you need a profit. You want to use the profit because it gives you advantage to a bigger capital. So once you are trading 100, let's say you have $100 now, instead of you to try forcing your way with that $100, you could get up to $5,000 accounts or even more, depending on what your capital size or what you want to go for. If you use $100 now to get a $5,000 capital, you can now be able, your drawdown will be around $500. Yeah, you can say, okay, I want to be reaching $30 per trade. So imagine now you now have a lot of rooms to take trades. Once you get the prop firm account, you want to have a defined strategy. The strategy you are using, you want to create a defined rule. A defined rule you use to take that prop account. Let's say you want to do $30 per trade. $30 risk per trade is good at fine. If you want to do 25, it's good at fine. If you want to do 20, it's good at fine. You write it somewhere down. This prop firm account that I just bought, I want to do $20 risk per trade. I want to do $30 risk per trade. You write it down. The next thing you want to look out for is that, okay, how many trades I want to take, maybe in a week, in a month, or necessarily. You might just say, if you don't want to do based on trade you want to take your week, you want to be very aggressive with your trade. You want to say, okay, this is what I want to look out for every time I want to take a trade based on my strategy. I want to look out for directional bias. I want to look out for structure. I want to look out for taking my trading at particular point of interest. You write it down. This will also guide you to looking out for what you do before you take a trade and risk that money. You write all of these things down. Now, once you start trading the account this way, if you follow that plan that you initially wrote down, if you follow all of the plan that you initially wrote down, and you blow the account following exactly all of those plans that you write down, then it might be a strategy problem. This time now, since you have the discipline to follow that risk management plan that you write down, you have the discipline to follow it, because it's going to be hard. A lot of time you're going to freak out. If you want to understand what you are really doing on the chart, it's not by 2 or 3 trades, it's not by 5 trades. You want to have a sample of more than 50 trades, more than 30 trades. A profit will give you that advantage to have sample of more than 30 trades. If you did not freak out and lose guard within that 30 trades, that means you're building a very good discipline for yourself. And that is one point to say, okay, at this point, I'm good with this thing. If you do not freak out, you follow those rules and you blow the account, it's not a discipline problem. It will be a strategy problem. So you want to now get better you want to now go back to do strategy refining. Now, if you blow the account and you do not follow these rules, like along the line of trading the account, you later step out and you not follow those rules that you have in plan, then it's still a discipline problem. How do you solve that discipline problem? You just have to get better in yourself. Anything you say you will do, it has to start from within you. Anything you say you will do, you start doing it small. Now, outside the charts, start trying to get better. That's only what I would say. Outside the start trying to get better, and it's eventually going to improve in the charts. So this is the blueprint I'm following. And I know, of course, I know where I have my flaws, and I'm trying to get better each and every day. And I just think That is just it. You don't have to give up because you're already 2 or 3 years into the game and you've really not have a skin of what you are looking out for. You just want to exactly know the journey, your weaknesses, and you should try to improve on your weaknesses each and every time. Yeah, it might take 5 years. I mean, now I don't really have a timeline. Although I gave myself 5 years. Yeah, I gave myself 5 years to envision where I'm going to. 5 years is a long time, and if I'm very dedicated to it, I should get to where I'm going in 5 years in this trading industry. So I gave myself 5 years, and I think that is it's a good amount of time to just stay locked in and do your thing, get better at what you know is holding you back. So you want to know exactly what is holding you back and intentionally try to get better at it. So that's my advice for today. Yeah, that's my advice for everybody that has been in the game and hasn't seen any visible results so far. Peace and love. Yeah, do ensure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you on the next video.